broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Shall we? Yeah, it's been a while.
You have to.
Yes.
You forget what it is.
Good. To do
This again. Hooray! We almost had it at the right time.
your own lyrics.
Yay! Woo, just really worked out the shoulders there. Feels good. Welcome everybody to the Super Bowl Hangover Show. Monday Night Raw, Denver, Colorado, and whoa, what a great city to have a disappointed football city. Monday Night Raw. Jonny Loquasto here at JQuasto on the Twitter, and Dale Rutledge not here tonight. He's a busy man, but that's okay because we got a squad here for you. She's on her computer. Find her on Twitter at Cathy Kelley. She's about to. Can I say where you're going? No.
Home first.
She's about to go home and then go somewhere really cool. She's Cathy Kelley.
Hi, I'm going to Japan.
There you go. She's going to Japan. I'll let her say the words because it's better when she says it.
Joining the Bullet Club.
Yeah, right. Are you going to be the first female member of the Bullet Club?
What?
All right, moving along.
Move along. All right. He is a first-timer on this show. Him and I have been internet buddies for quite some time, kind of, sort of. But now we're friends in real life. He's about to be your friend on this show. Find him on Twitter at Marty DeRosa. He's the host of the podcast Wrestling with Depression. And also, you've probably seen him on Worst Promo Ever over the past couple of years with Colt Cabana. He's Marty DeRosa.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm good.
Other than the fact that the car broke down.
Other than the fact that my car broke down, somehow made it here from Chicago, but coming out to the studio here, and it decided to, just kind of conk out.
I had to pick you up on the side of the road.
Yeah. And I appreciate
Like
that.
you were a streetwalker.
Yeah, right.
And I was soliciting you like Warren Sapp.
Sure.
You hopped in my car.
Sure.
And there's also a shark head in my backseat.
There
right
also is. You know you're in Hollywood when you're getting picked up by your friend and he goes, there's a shark head in my car.
Don't mind the shark head.
Sure, don't mind the shark head.
It's not a real one.
Yeah.
But it's pretty awesome.
But like a good tag team partner, you were there.
And boom, tag, you're in. Let's do the show. All right, we got to get right to it because we only have an hour. Not even quite an hour, but we got a lot to talk about. All right. By the way, last week we had wondered, should we do a show since Monday Night Raw was canceled? They were just doing it from the studio. Is anyone going to watch? Well, last week's after show is at 42,000 views. So if that answers the question, how mad are wrestling fans? I guess they were pissed off enough to watch an after show 42,000 times. I couldn't believe it. Because usually we'll average, 8 to 10,000.
Just the views, but the listeners are like astronomically more than that. So
We're on the road to WrestleMania, though.
Well,
We're on the Fastlane.
but after all the hashtags last
people
week.
probably thought that they were going to see Roman Reigns, let's be honest.
I don't know. But after how angry people were last week, I mean, it was pretty interesting that we got 42,000 views in the after show, so obviously people are watching. They may not be watching us right now because Stone Cold's podcast is going on, but they're going to watch in post.
Oh, that guy. The one guy with his little podcast?
Whatever.
Hey, as a fellow podcaster, good luck with your podcast,
Yeah,
Steve.
way to go,
You're
pal.
really going to make it.
Really good luck,
There's a lot of money in podcasting, I've heard.
tons of
Wouldn't know
money.
anything about that.
Yeah. All I've done is lose money, but that's okay. Thanks, wrestling. All right. Authority hits the ring starting off Monday Night Raw in Denver, Colorado, while the entire locker room watches from the back. They're waiting for this big announcement. What's weird is we never quite got the big announcement.
No, there was like talk, and then I'm like, they haven't said anything yet. And then more talk, haven't said anything yet.
Yeah.
They're talking about football. They're talking about fitness DVDs. I feel like they're always talking about fitness DVDs.
Plugging those Patriots.
Yeah, plugging the Patriots.
Pooping on those Broncos. And making fun of the canceled WWE Network movement.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, it seems like they kind of had the announcement, then they changed it in midair. Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort
You
of.
think?
I don't know, because he's like, well, I was about to make a big announcement, but now you guys are all in the ring.
Well, here's how much time it took. There was like a commercial break in between that opening segment. So it was like a long segment. I know you had to get all the guys out there.
It was a little unexpected.
Yeah, it was everybody places, here we go. And then it was Q Reigns, Q Raw. Okay, well, I'll let you go.
And Jack in the Box. So yeah, of course, they replay the end of the Rumble. They say Kane and Big Show were unsportsmanlike. They begin to question if Roman Reigns would have won without help from The Rock. Should he go to WrestleMania? Roman hits the ring. He's pissed off. Stephanie tries to calm him down. Says the family heritage he's trying to carry on maybe is the reason he shouldn't main event WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan comes down sporting the ponytail.
Which shocked me. Yeah. I thought they were going to be like, Bryan's away. That was last year.
I thought you were shocked by his ponytail for a second.
I was shocked by his bun, first of all. Let's call it what it is.
Pretty sweet bun.
That's a bun.
Roman Reigns was rocking the bun better, though.
Well, you're going to do a Who Wore It Better bun edition?
When does Reigns wear a bun?
Back in the locker room.
Yep.
They had a bun off in the locker room.
Didn't even notice.
So you look sexy with your hair pushed back.
Oh, yeah, another girl who thinks Roman Reigns is sexy. That's shocking. That is shocking.
You don't like the bun
Buns
on
of
Roman.
steel.
Buns of steel.
So you're not a fan of the
workout
bun.
DVD.
What?
You're not into the bun?
No, I thought that he looked sexy with his hair pushed back.
Wow, so you're even more into Roman Reigns because he has the bun.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Get used to this, fellas.
Because it looked like he didn't have long hair. That's what it was.
Good looking. We did not win the genetic lottery.
No, I don't think my bun would have anybody going, oh, Marty pulled his hair back? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He pulled his hair back, and I was like, yes, let me see more of that face.
I'm just picturing him glistening with just sweat and shirtless. All because of the bun. So any hoozles, they try to calm him down. Then Daniel Bryan hits the ring. He says he got stripped of the title, never got his rematch, so he's throwing his name into the hat. That's when Triple H says, you know what, you're right. Lesnar never beat you. He can see you being in the main event of WrestleMania. That Seth Rollins comes out. He says, look, Lesnar would eat Daniel Bryan alive. He blames him for being hurt. He's like, hey, man, you can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen. And then Roman wouldn't have won the Rumble without the help of The Rock. If anyone deserves a chance, it's Seth Rollins. It's a big old cluster mess, guys.
A big old cluster mess.
Trying to explain it, not easy.
I love how they tiptoed over Brock Lesnar not defending the title every, 30 or 60 days, whatever their thing is. We don't talk about that, but
That's
that's
an
okay.
expensive appearance fee.
Shocked to see Daniel Bryan.
Really?
Completely shocked to see him in this situation.
But though, because that was the strongest social media reaction, negative. Are you that surprised?
Well, I mean, we do have one more pay-per-view. We have Fastlane. So there's definitely time to do something with Daniel Bryan and then get him out of the way. But I think you're just taunting these fans now.
Do you think that they aren't going to do that because they stressed the neck injury so much tonight, though?
Oh boy.
I don't know. I mean, usually in most of his matches, he's been stressing the neck injury or whatever. Definitely showing there's still some nagging injuries.
But tonight especially.
Tonight, yeah. But I think that like I said, and my prediction is Reigns will beat him, and everyone, he beat Daniel Bryan. He's ready for the main event of WrestleMania. Big mistake. They're just taunting the fans right now.
It's almost like they're dangling that carrot, and they're like, "Oh man, the carrot! It's right here. You're gonna get this carrot."
What are you doing? Putting Daniel Bryan? That's why when he came out, I was like, "Whoa!"
See, that's where I kind of disagree with you. I feel like if he's back in. Who knows? We might have a fatal four-way. I don't know what's going to happen at Fastlane. But by putting him back in the possible main event picture again, there's no way they could possibly take him out, right? That's going to cause an even bigger uproar.
I don't know what they're doing. I would love to see the plan and have somebody go, here's why we're doing this. I'm like, okay, until I see it, I won't believe it.
Wow. I didn't even think about it. I'm thinking if he's back in the main event picture, there's no way that they're going to. So you're saying, do you think Reigns is going to take him out?
I think Reigns will beat him.
On the Fastlane.
On the Fastlane. Where anything can
happen. On the Autobahn.
Or anything. In Germany it's called the Autobahn. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Fastlane.
Well, this isn't too bad. We have 70-some watching us, which isn't bad considering maybe we're on...
They're all watching they're watching podcasts.
Well, maybe we're on silent while they watch... Either way, I'm on board.
True.
They should be listening to us and just watching Stone Cold.
Or there are people who they make fun of every pay-per-view going, you haven't bought the network?
Right.
You haven't bought the network?
We're free all the time.
Hey.
We also, I think that people are still adjusting to our early, moving earlier.
We are. That's true. We do move a little earlier and we end earlier. So it's the worst of both worlds for everyone trying to watch live.
No, it's great for the people that stay up until 4 a.m. to watch it.
Yeah. Like our buddy in Gibraltar. Thanks, Mickey Bell. We love you, buddy. Yeah, Gibraltar. Don't know where it is, but I know it's far away.
All I know is the Rock of Gibraltar?
Yeah. A lot going. There's a big rock.
The Rock is in Gibraltar?
Yes.
Big time.
That's why he wasn't at Raw tonight.
Yeah.
Did he get booed there?
He's filming a new Hercules movie there.
Yes, he is. It's animated.
A Hercules prequel, yeah.
I thought
He's
it was
there.
Prince of Persia. What was that?
Oh, yeah.
No, that was
That was Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, much different than The Rock.
Who clearly looks.
He's a fake tan person. All right, so yes, a lot going on. So Triple H makes a match tonight. It's Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins. The winner of that match goes on to Fastlane to take on Roman Reigns. The winner of that match then faces Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Rollins is like, oh yeah, Roman, you're afraid of me, blah, blah. Authority asks Roman to accept. Yes or no, this is a pivotal point of your career. Yes, chance, start going. Roman Reigns is like, screw it. Let's do it.
I'll fight them both. And then he went, oops.
Then he went, be careful with the mic.
Then he knocked his microphone out of the way.
Marty, you're dangerous. You're a loose cannon.
Okay. I'm a real, that's the next segment.
Loose cannon, Marty?
No. The lunatic fringe is the next. Yeah, I was getting real lunatic fringy.
Lunatic DeRosa. So we have a bunch of matches lined up here, but starts off, boom, Big Show versus Roman Reigns. Big Show, nice little bear hug to kick it off, beats him up during the commercial break, throws him around a little bit. Reigns makes a comeback, interference from Seth and J&J. Big spear by Big Show, kick out, Rollins with a briefcase shot, chokeslam for the win. Were you surprised to see this Big Show going over?
A little bit, because they just set up this whole segment of who's in line for the world title shot, and Big Show's nowhere in the conversation. Yet he comes out and beats Rollins.
While I kick a soda can.
Dude, Mean Gene, knock it off. Put that cigarette out.
Your beard's a little sideways.
But I do think that WWE loves guys losing before they win their championships. Like whenever a guy catches the Money in the Bank, he always goes on a nice losing streak or whatever, and they kind of put that doubt in people's minds. Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's the opposite way.
No,
like once
no.
you win, you're on a losing streak.
No, like Daniel Bryan losing matches leading up to Mania, and yeah, they love doing that. They trick you. That's what they do.
So in other words, what you think is going to happen is just everyone being angry at WrestleMania is what you're saying.
I think there's going to be they're going to have to pull something off. Because, I was shocked that Big Show won, but then if you think back and you're like, well, that's what they do. These guys lose all the time. You'd think like Roman Reigns would just tear through everybody and then go into WrestleMania. That seems like the right thing to do. But it's all this, they love having guys lose before they win big matches. They love it.
Okay.
I think sometimes they like having people win before they win big matches. It's just unpredictable.
Well, it's 50-50.
50-50.
I mean, we could agree to not really even disagree. So Big Show with the win here, which I guess later on in Raw it does make sense. Anyway, backstage with the Authority, they're kind of giggling about how they pulled the wool over everyone's eyes, saying, contractually we can't take Roman out of the number one contendership, but tonight Seth is going to take care of Daniel Bryan. They put over the Stone Cold podcast, and he's like, I'm going to manipulate Austin just like I manipulated everybody else. Giggle, giggle, giggle.
Buy my DVD. Get ripped like me.
Yeah. Or get in shape like Steph.
Or Steph.
Boom. That's a good impersonation.
Thank you very much.
Can we talk about the Like a Girl segment that they posted on their YouTube the other day?
Please go right ahead, Cathy.
Well, I just wanted to mention it because our good friend Ryan
Smiley
was the one that put that together, and it was really cool.
He did it very fast.
Yes.
I wonder if he put it together like this morning.
Well, he sent it to me last night, so I'm going to say no.
But I wonder if I'm guessing they had heard of the Like a Girl campaign before it aired in the Super Bowl, and he maybe had a little bit of time.
Yeah, it was up last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the NXT Divas were posting it last night.
That's awesome.
I feel like this is one of those things where all the big companies are all ready to roll this out.
Great job, Smiley.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm saying I text him. But yeah, great work, and the video was really cool for Like a Girl, and it fits the NXT Divas quite well. Speaking of Divas, Curtis Axel, he comes down the ramp. He's not happy. He says, "Don't turn the channel. I want justice." Points to the WrestleMania sign because he wants a title shot. Dean Ambrose comes out. They fight. Ambrose throws him over the top rope. Now you're eliminated. And then he says he wants the IC title. He beat Wade Barrett before, and he's got some bad news. He's coming after the title. Axel attacks. Doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the things that's predictable nowadays is if you're a main roster guy and you go down to NXT, it's only a couple of weeks before you're back on the main roster in some sort of storyline.
Yeah, it's weird seeing Axel down there and in the main roster, and it was kind of one of those things where I thought they would just sweep it under the rug. Okay, he didn't get into the Rumble. I love a delusional heel being like, I'm the winner of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
I love that. It reminds me of like Jericho back in WCW. But
so much heat.
When Ambrose came out, before Ambrose came out, the commentators were like laughing at Axel, like he's delusional. Yeah. JBL was destroying him. He's like, oh, get this guy. I'm ready to turn the channel, Maggle.
I would have won the Royal Rumble.
It's
really?
like the commentators are like burying this guy.
Much like they do with the Ascension.
Sure. But it's like,
but at the same time, it is TV time.
As the heel commentator, wouldn't Bobby the Brain Heenan be like, he's got a great point. He was never eliminated. He is the winner of the Royal Rumble.
Well, that's why they need to have 3 differing opinions, and right now it's very similar.
Everybody just kind of goes with the flow of whatever. Like JBL sometimes will bash the baby faces, and then he'll decide, I don't even like this heel.
Yeah.
It was interesting. And then, I mean, and I always say this about the Intercontinental title, if it means, if Ambrose putting the title on him or going after the title makes the Intercontinental title important, awesome.
You don't think it's that important right now with Barrett?
No, Barrett gets beat all the time. He got beat by Sin Cara. He got beat by... that belt, when you get it, you just lose.
Right.
I want to see somebody win it and be like, that's going to be the next guy to win the title.
I mean, Barrett, it does make perfect sense for him to be the Intercontinental Champion. He's from England, but... I guess you bring up a good point.
I want to see the Intercontinental title mean something.
Yeah, well, him and Ambrose, they would have
awesome.
a fantastic feud leading to WrestleMania. Because, I mean, Ambrose has to be involved in something. He's too good. I would like to see him involved in a main event. Not going to happen this year.
Sure. And if you're a guy like Ambrose and you can't get in the main event, wouldn't you be like, give me the Intercontinental title. Let's make it mean something.
Bring it
That's
back
what Cody
to
tried to do, I thought, and that was awesome. Ziggler, too.
Yeah.
Guys who have been like, let's make this title mean something. There's no reason it can't.
Ziggler didn't have it long enough. That's the problem.
No.
And Wade, I mean, Wade's only had it for, what, a month, if that?
Well, he had it before his injury, so...
That's true.
Got it back, lost to Sin Cara, non-title. What? And then...
Remember, back when we were...
He's missing Cara lately.
Yeah, well, he's killing it.
He's getting some love.
Back in the day, the IC title really did mean a lot. It would be cool to have all the credence back on there. That'd be awesome.
That was a springboard to the title.
Sure was.
To the WWF title back in the day.
And for Ambrose, that would make perfect sense.
It'd be awesome.
So right now it looks like Curtis Axel going after Wade Barrett for that IC title. Really cool tribute to the Big Cat Ernie Ladd, WWE Hall of Famer. Next, the Ascension. Didn't even get an intro tonight.
Not a good sign. Not a good sign.
But they made quick work of Goldust and Stardust. Fall man to Goldust, bam, victory.
I just don't know if I believe it.
What?
That's a thing.
You don't believe in the Ascension?
Wait, have you not been to the Wasteland? No comment.
Have you not seen Suburban Commando? They're like pretty much the bad guys in that movie.
Come on. They're like the thieves in Home Alone almost.
Yeah. That's
That's such a good analogy.
Kinda is.
Wet Bandits, like when that was Techno Team 2000 back in the day. They're Wet Bandits 2000.
Harry and Marv or something.
We are the Wet Bandits.
Just like put marbles in the ring or something.
That'd be perfect.
Brother, watch out for those micro
That's what
machines
takes
on the
them out.
stairs.
They fall a man themselves, like, whoa, and they fall back.
Yeah.
Man. So they win, but really this match is all about how Goldust and Stardust argue afterwards, commercial break, they're backstage, and Goldust attempts to call him Cody.
Don't do that.
He gets mad.
Don't do that.
That's a reality era.
You'll get hissed at like a cat.
He hissed at him like a little kitty.
Tyson Kidd should have been in the back going, I approve. I approve that.
I approve of this hissing. So I'm digging that because we've been wondering for a long time, when are these guys going to feud? I'm guessing this is the time?
The setup for WrestleMania, brother versus brother.
Do they give a Mania? That's a huge...
They deserve it.
Because everyone says Goldust might be...
I don't know that it would be
up.
enough setup before... What's the next pay-per-view called?
Fastlane.
Oh, no, I don't want to see that Fastlane.
No, I think that...
But is there enough... Is it a prestigious enough? Because Mania slots are not easy to get.
I think Goldust and Stardust absolutely deserve a WrestleMania match for how amazing Goldust has been over his whole career, but especially the last number of years. And Cody has taken this character. He shows up as Stardust everywhere he goes. Mm-hmm. These two together, absolutely a WrestleMania match, brother versus brother.
Brother.
Your thoughts?
Brother. I would like to see it. I definitely think... How can you not go wrong with a brother versus brother match? The two characters so similar, a feuding tag team. Like, I think it's one of those matches where everybody's been wanting it for so long. Mm-hmm. The hardcore fans have wanted to see this match for so long. It's been teased year after year, and they have been like the most solid part of the tag team division for the last 2 years. Why not?
I'd love it, and then whoever loses has to be the other one's assistant for 30 days.
You guys put on their makeup and everything. Because those stipulations, that was so awesome with the Bellas.
It worked out great.
Yeah,
And then they'll be best friends.
And they won't talk about it. They'll just be back tagging. No, don't even talk about it.
Which would work perfectly.
But I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this feud, it will humanize, not that it needs it, but it will humanize Goldust a little bit. It'll make Stardust go completely bonkers. Mm-hmm. And then the two of them together, I mean, the chemistry would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that if there's one way for Goldust to go out,
and it means you have to bring in the American Dream. To,
special guest referee.
Well, I don't know about that, but at least a segment where they get in the ring together. Boy, stop fighting.
Yeah.
You're breaking your daddy's heart.
I raised some weird kids.
Yeah.
But you're my kid. That'd be amazing.
Is he still down in Orlando working?
Oh, yeah.
I know
Oh, yeah.
that he's not on NXT. But
He's not on, but he's there.
Okay.
He's there.
Promos and all that stuff.
managing.
John Cena hits the ring. Basically, what does he say?
Was this a segment that was like 3 weeks old? A celebration bringing out the 3 guys who got fired? Like, it feels like a year ago?
Yeah. He calls out Ziggler, Ryback, and Rowan. Cena says, Triple H doesn't care about the universe. I do, no matter how many chumps I got to go through. I'm never going to give up. Look at my T-shirt. And then they all come out. Steph interrupts, and she basically makes a whole bunch of matches.
It was like a mini Raw opening.
It kind of was.
You know how they come out? Oh, you're going to take on him, and then you're
Yeah.
going to take on... It was like a mini Raw opening. And again, they just kind of brushed over. Like, they're saying, what have you done, Cena? Like, didn't Ziggler win the Survivor Series for them?
So I think that a lot of the reason why this segment happened was because of Raw not being Raw last week.
I think they still have leftover segments.
Yeah. Well, not leftover. It's not leftover segments, but for once they're tying the story in together. Like, they're still continuing it if you're only watching Raw.
Yeah, because that's how SmackDown felt. It's like, we have all these segments for Raw we didn't get to do, and then we were going to do that. Let's just put it all together.
It's true. I mean,
this
Cena
was just weird.
Cena essentially had the night off.
Yeah. And they're still pushing that, hey, you're over the hill, because Triple H said, Cena's lost it, and they're really pushing that. You ain't got it no more, Cena.
And there was nothing with Rusev tonight.
No, he took on Rowan.
yeah.
No, he did, but I'm
Crushed
saying
him. Oh, yeah, between the two. Yeah.
if that's indeed
interaction.
the way we're going.
Yeah. They just said U.S. title match at Fastlane, which is weird. I thought that would be... I didn't want them to touch till Mania.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of guys not touching
No
before
touching.
Mania.
No touching. None of that.
I don't want to see it.
Nope.
I don't want to see it.
No games.
You don't touch him.
No.
That's the way it goes.
You stay
Don't
on your
touch-
side.
Don't touch. I believe they call it a cherry match
Not touching.
in the biz. Don't you touch.
The rest of the show, just keep go. Just
This
do
is
it.
like an old Austin McMahon angle, and then someone bumps into her and she touches me, and he's like, "Oh, now we can touch her."
And then Austin grabs a bedpan and just whacks him upside the head. Steph makes Ziggler versus Bray Wyatt and Rowan versus Rusev for tonight. And Ryback versus Luke Harper is next. Boom. We'll go right into it. Luke Harper versus Ryback. Whole bunch of suplexes early on. Harper in control for most of it. Sidewalk slam. That was
Awesome.
badass.
Awesome.
How strong do you have to be to sidewalk slam the Ryback?
Like I'm pretty strong myself, so I know it has to be like
It's a lot of force. It's a lot of
pretty
PSI
strong.
behind
It's
it.
pretty strong.
Yeah.
And Luke Harper did the Eddie Guerrero, the tope into the ring. Awesome.
Amazing.
best.
Solid boot to the face. Ryback eventually makes a comeback, and then out of nowhere, shell shock for the win.
What do you do with Ryback at Mania? Is he winning that Andre trophy?
What do you do with Harper?
Andre trophy runner up?
Have they announced that yet?
They have to.
They got
no.
to.
They
did.
have to do another one.
Well, considering they called it the annual
Yeah.
Andre the Giant.
It's a
means
big
nothing.
slap in the face to Andre if you don't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's wrestling.
And
Things
it
change,
Puts
but
everybody in the ring. Gives them a Mania moment.
it gives Titus another 7 seconds
Payday. Yeah.
to get knocked out.
Oh man, he's got hell to pay in that battle royal.
He's gonna have a lot of revenge on his mind.
But that's also though. It doesn't seem like the roster's got that many guys. There's going to be a lot of, as Bobby the Brain Heenan would say, some ham and eggers.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's a good term, ham and eggers.
Yeah, I would not mind being a ham and egger at all.
Pays good.
That's what Rocky called himself in the beginning of Rocky 1.
Yeah.
Called himself a ham and egger.
It's probably where the Brain got it from, or he probably got it from the Brain.
Ooh, Rocky was 1975.
Hey, you don't think the Brain said that back in the
I'm not saying he did. Look, I will never doubt Bobby Heenan. I'm just saying Rocky said it in 75. All right, moving on. So, yeah, I think you have to have the Battle Royal, and I think Ryback and Harper would be perfect for it.
Sure.
Unless something builds before that. Moving on, Jimmy Uso taking on Cesaro. Tyson Kidd gets involved. Beautiful uppercut. So Uso takes off the top rope. Cesaro, bam, European to your face. And he gets the win, then Kidd attacks afterwards. I'm kind of digging this feud we have going on.
Love it.
Developing, I should say.
And off the show, whatever, they've been referring to themselves as the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
I know.
Love it. But yeah, it's a great tag team. They're kind of doing some spins on the old Kings of Wrestling finisher, or not finishers, but tag team moves.
They're fantastic. You can tell they're just enjoying the time in the ring together.
This is what I like. This is like when you saw like Pillman and Austin together, or Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, guys who kind of got thrown together. and they seem to be like buddies off camera, and they seem to be like, let's make this awesome, and that's what they're doing, and I love it.
I would like to see them, if they want to call themselves Masters of the Universe, just something that makes them look cohesive.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go Goldust, Stardust.
Here's what I like in my tag teams: a name and matching gear.
So what you're saying is you like the Ascension.
Cat headband.
Sure. I mean, I'd rather have them.
You just called yourself out on that one.
But I would say also I'm a Bushwhacker fan. I guess I was a Bushwhacker fan back in the day.
Who wasn't?
But I think that the Masters of the Universe, nothing but the sky is the limit, and it also moves the Usos on from wrestling Miz and Mizdow every week in a row for the last 800 weeks.
And they are still the tag champions, so I'm assuming that's what we have happening at Fastlane.
I would say so.
I'm okay with that.
I'm very okay with that.
But I would like some... I can't stop thinking Bushwhackers now. God, the promos.
Sorry.
The promos.
The licking.
Oof.
The licking of each other.
Yeah. Did you ever get... I know at least 3 people who were licked by the Bushwhackers as kids.
I wish.
No, never.
Closest I ever got to anything is I almost got to Kerry Luger's flag.
Oh, that would have been cool.
At a house show in Chicago. But Tony Schiavone not picked me.
That son of a...
I know.
All right, so backstage, I love this segment. Miz and Mizdow crush it. Mizdow's picking out blueberries for the Miz. He's demanding how many he wants. And then some guy walks up to him to ask for an autograph. Miz shoos him away, but he's like, oh, no, I only want Mizdow's autograph. And then he autographs it. He rips it up, and then he just chastises him and said, you were a nobody before me. You're no longer my stunt double. You're fired. But now you can be my personal assistant. Go NutriBullet my protein smoothie.
Extra thick. Or no, extra strawberries. Extra strawberries.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I mean, I paraphrased that, but what do you think? I thought the whole segment, I thought The Miz was fantastic in that.
It's starting to bubble. It's definitely, eventually, whether it's Fastlane. I don't even think that would get a Mania match.
I think it could get a pre-show match, but I think the way that they're doing it, it's going to happen way earlier than that.
Maybe, or at Fastlane. Something's going to happen at Fastlane, and then Mania. Or it could be in the Battle Royal. Who knows? Maybe you have a Mizdow win the Battle Royal. But I think there's a lot of those smaller storylines that they're just not quite going to get on Mania.
Man, Miz and Mizdow.
Here's the deal. This is what's going to happen. Or if not both, might not get on. But you got your Star and Goldust.
You think it's
Miz
too
and
many?
Mizdow, they're both. No way, both of them are on Mania.
Whatever happened to Adam Rose and the Bunny?
Adam Rose and the Bunny are not getting on
Pre-show.
Mania is like you can't.
No, I know.
It's tough to get on.
Okay, what if it's a pre-show match to WrestleMania?
That might happen.
That's what I said.
That might happen.
Okay, there you go. I just
you got the Battle Royal. The Battle Royal. Usually it's like one match though for the pre, but it is WrestleMania. Maybe who knows? Maybe they'll do like a little longer pre-show or something like that.
Well, right now, if we're gonna have to choose between the two, you'd have to say Miz and Mizdow, just because Mizdow's so
hotter. Yeah.
And plus, they're both such great performers on the mic. They can build this, animosity and all the way up to Mania to where it'll just boil over.
Again, you have that hardcore WrestleMania crowd the next night on Raw when Mizdow comes out. I mean, you got to think this is like the launching pad. And the day after WrestleMania, that's when you start everything new.
Yeah.
And it's either going to be Cody as Stardust being this new single star or Mizdow.
And the rebirth of Mizdow, I mean, really, because he, we talk about this all the time. He took any gimmick that they gave him, and he made it work.
The elbow is coming. When he was Paul Revere, that was so funny. That was great. Yeah, that's the whole chicken, crap, make chicken salad. That's Mizdow. He's made lemonade forever.
From oranges.
From oranges.
There you go.
That's good. If you can make lemonade out of oranges,
good lemonade.
I'm impressed.
And plus, he's been at it for so many. I mean, he was wrestling on Heat in 2001. I mean, if there's any guy that really deserves the moment, it would be Mizdow. And to Miz's credit, Miz is a great heel.
Does he go back to Damien Sandow? Or does he have to be Damien Mizdow?
God, I hope
Is he stuck as Mizdow?
He's got to go back to something. It can't be Mizdow.
I don't know. Does he come out to the Hallelujah?
I want to say he can't be a heel. He's too good. People love him too much.
Right, but he can't stay Mizdow.
No. I'm excited to find out.
That'd be weird if he stayed Mizdow.
What do you guys think? Live in chat roll and listening and watching on the YouTubes. Let us know what you're thinking. Yeah. I'm trying to read here on... Oh, are you commenting from AfterBuzz TV?
No, I just saw that, and I think it's Mark Donica.
Oh, good work. Yeah, good work, Mark. Yeah, make sure to leave that thumbs up. Thanks, everybody. Okay, Cena and Rowan back in the locker room. Rowan thanks him for standing up for him. Very nice. Moving on, Dolph Ziggler versus Bray Wyatt. Match of the night. Well, This is tough because Bryan and Rollins, Ziggler and Wyatt.
Undercard match of the night.
Very, very true. Ziggler gets him early on, throws him out of the ring. Bray takes back control. Shot to the throat, off the rope. Ziggler with the comeback, kick to the gut, near fall. Ziggler hits the Famouser. Bray Wyatt pops right up.
He wasn't having any of that.
He no-sells that Famouser.
He said, F you, F Billy Gunn, F the Famouser, I'm up.
That's right. Sister Abigail for the W.
Yeah.
What a match.
I love when the Sister Abigail it's not quite Diamond Cutter RKO status where it can be hit out of nowhere. But I do enjoy, he's hit like Ray in the past, he's hit Bryan in the past. When it comes out of nowhere like that, love it.
I don't think it's going to quite become a meme.
No.
But it's good enough.
It's hard to have somebody bent over like that.
Yeah.
And then flip that way. But,
Hey, with the magic that has been done with the RKO on the internet.
I've seen some curb stomps.
Have you?
That's the new one.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Saw a curb stomp, which makes all the sense in the world. That's a pretty good one to do.
Oh, that's going to be some nasty
Sister
videos.
Abigail. And again, keeping Bray real strong. Mm-hmm. Bray looked like the man out there.
And this is not the last time we're going to mention Bray Wyatt because he had something to say a little bit later on in the show. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler, Wyatt, crushing it. The question is, what does Ziggler do? For Fastlane Mania, what angle is he going with?
The word on the internet was...
I don't ever pay attention.
Ziggler, Bryan.
Really?
That's like it would take these hardcore fans and be like, here, take this, leave us alone. We got this other plans for these guys. But again, if Bryan's not in the main event,
I think people are going to be livid.
They would work well together, but how would that work?
Exactly. It would just be one of those, I'm a great wrestler. No, I'm a great wrestler, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could maybe be Ziggler turning heel, which would be awesome. I think I'm kind of done with him being I fight really hard. Maybe finally be like, I got to change something. I got to figure something out.
He could pull it off, but man, he's another one of those guys that people are going to love him.
Yeah, he was a great heel before, but that was one of the problems is that everyone got behind him. And
you know what it is? I think people haven't seen him have his shining moment yet. So that's why they're going to keep supporting him. Like, granted, we saw Daniel Bryan have the greatest moment ever, but people still love him so much because he was gone for 9 months. Now, if Daniel Bryan never got hurt, maybe it'd be a different story.
If he would have kept feuding with Kane, people would have been like, I'm done with both of you guys.
Forever and ever.
Forever and ever.
Which, pretty sweet casket match last week.
I liked it.
But yeah, I just think Ziggler, I don't know, people want to see him have his, just climb that mountain, and it hasn't happened yet.
No.
And apparently it's not necessarily going to be at WrestleMania either.
I don't see him somehow getting in the main event either.
No, too many cooks in that kitchen. So we'll see. Authorities backstage, Seth Rollins comes up to them, and Triple H is like, well, I tried to make Orton the face of the company. He couldn't handle it. But Seth, you know how to deliver, buddy. Foreshadowing.
Oh, yeah. That Orton guy.
Yeah,
that guy.
We put him out to pasture.
Man, he's gone.
He's hanging out in Wisconsin on a farm.
So, that's another one. Book it for Mania. Orton and you got Orton and Rollins.
I'm surprised we didn't see him tonight.
Right, they're really keeping him off.
How many fantasy matches have you booked so far?
These aren't fantasy. This is going to be reality.
It's happening.
This is reality.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And that's another one of those things where how are you going to keep them apart? And what's Rollins going to do at Fastlane? He's out of the contention.
Unless Orton shows up the Monday before Fastlane.
Yeah, but then they wrestled at Fastlane and Mania?
No, I don't want that.
No. Stay away from each other.
Yeah, don't touch.
I feel like a parent telling their kids, stay away from each other. Randy,
no touch.
Seth, stay away from each other. Yeah, you're antagonizing her with that. Don't do that.
I'm not touching him. I'm not touching him. The rule tonight, # no touch.
No touch.
Don't touch. Either one. Moving on, Bellas are on commentary talking about Fastlane because Nikki's going to be taking on Paige for the Divas Championship while Paige wrestles Alicia Fox. Yo, Nikki was good on commentary.
That anti-diva rant, awesome.
Yeah.
It made sense.
It did.
And it was, I think, one of the first times in the past month or so that it is tied in Total Divas to the main roster show seamlessly.
My biggest complaint of the segment was Nikki had a ponytail and didn't wear a bun. What? Come on. But going back to Total Divas, though, it's weird, too, though, watching Total Divas because Alicia Fox and Paige are like the best of friends. and then they're like going at it in this match. I don't know.
Friendships are interchangeable.
It's tough when you love Divas because it just ruins the Raw, experience.
I mean, we've been talking about this for a long time. We just give us a storyline for the freaking title.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
my girlfriend goes, "Is there going to be a Divas match at WrestleMania?" I'm like,
Probably not.
I don't know about that. Well, there has to be for the
last year?
storyline. No, that was a couple years ago where they apparently cut it with the
Naomi and
who was last year? It was
no, a couple years last
4-on-4 tag or something like that. I remember they got they had to go on after Taker and Lesnar.
Sure.
And the whole crowd was still in shock. And to their credit, they did put on a really good match as a group, and they had some really great spots. I forget what it was exactly. I want to say it was like a massive tag though.
Yeah, I'm sure it had to be something to get a bunch of them. It's kind of their own Andre Battle Royal where you got to get a bunch of them in. We're not in the Trish Stratus days where it's like, no, there'll be a women's title match, one-on-one. It'll be really good. Like now it's just kind of, we got to throw all them in there because the show, that's like the season finale of the show, kind of like when like they'll, when
the season finale is WrestleMania.
When Eva Marie is like, I didn't get a match at WrestleMania. I can't believe it. And you're just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
The delusional heel.
I love it. Yeah, and again, Curtis Axel's like, it's okay, kid. I lost my spot, too.
I want justice.
Yeah, that's just my fave. I love it.
So at least, I mean, okay, we have Paige versus Nikki. I imagine this is going to lead to something. There's got to be a Divas match at WrestleMania.
Got to be.
Just give them something to work with. Give them a storyline. Give them something for us to care about. That's the main thing. So anyways, Paige really turns a backbreaker into a roll-up for the win. Pretty cool move. Alicia Fox attacks afterwards, and then they hit spray paint. I thought it was spray tan, but it was black.
I guess it was spray tan, they were saying.
I don't think so. They NWO'd her because it was like black spray paint.
And then, like I said, it looked like she had a hairy belly. And then in my head, I'm like, I'd still do it. You know what I mean? And you had to judge there.
And no bun needed.
No bun.
So, sprayed her down, and here we are with that.
Yeah.
Paige versus Nikki in less than 3 weeks. And then WrestleMania, who the hell knows? Apparently Bree's just cool hanging out. And there's no AJ still.
No AJ.
She's under contract, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she?
Yes. Still.
Oh.
Maybe they're saving her for
Mania.
comeback at Mania.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Why keep her out of the picture so long, though?
Oh, she's
Like,
chilling.
why not
She's
even-
chilling.
She's enjoying.
She's just chilling on a couch.
Married life.
She's chilling on a couch in
Yeah.
Chicago.
I mean, she's
Snowed in.
financially, they're doing fine.
Yeah, it's a lot of snow in Chicago. So
Yeah, there sure is. Moving on, Miz hits the ring. Mizdow follows him. Of course, Miz ain't happy about it. Chastises him. We have Miz versus Sin Cara. They boo when he takes his sunglasses off. He makes Mizdow keep them on. Basically, Miz is in control for most of this match. Mizdow starts to climb the ropes for no reason.
No.
Which is great.
His fault mimicking the Miz.
That's true. He just really wants to be that stunt double. Miz gets in total control once again, and then Mizdow hops on the apron, takes the glasses off. Fans go wild. Sin Cara with the roll-up for the win. Miz not happy. I think we already kind of discussed this, but these two, fan-double-tastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those awesome undercard storylines that probably wasn't going to be a big thing, and it became awesome. They have to be surprised by how awesome. And this is all Mizdow.
He did say that was only supposed to be a one-night thing, the whole stunt double.
Sometimes the best things are like that.
The reaction was so good, they're
Yeah.
like, just keep it going.
Isn't it weird when you listen to the fans and something organic becomes like a thing? It's so crazy.
Kind of like with Daniel Bryan last year.
Instead of going, no, you're not supposed to like that. You're supposed to hate Mizdow and like Miz.
Yeah.
Pal.
Roman Reigns is the future. Yippers. So yeah, I love Miz versus Mizdow. I can't wait to see this build. It's going to make for some great comedy that's going to lead to like some solid drama and just great performances. So kudos to them for that. Next we got a Bray Wyatt. He's in the shadows. Long story short, he says he knows the devil and can't wait to see him again.
He says he's talked to the devil. He's talking to somebody. He's talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Which
Taker.
I think we all think it's the Taker. And he's saying something. They used to fear you, then they loved you, Taker, again. And he's saying, like, I know the devil, and the devil can't wait to see you.
Find me.
So, yeah, and then find me. Old man Taker.
I don't want to...
Oh, man.
This sounds crazy, but I'd rather, if Taker's physically not in great shape, I'd rather see him wait until next year when it's in Dallas, his home state.
I don't know. I mean, we all see the Instagram photos of the Taker, and you
I did not see the Instagram photos.
Okay, there's been a couple. His wife's Instagrammed a couple photos of him, which is crazy to say. The Undertaker's wife Instagrammed photos of him, but and he just doesn't look like he's ready to step back in the ring. Mm-hmm. But we'll have to see.
The question is, though, I mean, they're putting Bray's clearly talking to somebody. The question is, if this is all for naught, then these promos and what he's saying are really...
Then Kane puts the mask on?
Since he didn't say Undertaker specifically, could it be someone else? Yeah.
Well, who...
Corporate Kane takes off the Dockers and puts on the mask.
Again?
It's got to be Taker. It's got to be Taker.
So that makes us think that he is going to show up.
I would say so.
Wow.
You're going to tease an Undertaker at Mania and then have him not be there? You can't do that.
No, you can't.
You have to know for sure 100% he will be there.
Right, which makes me think they have to know. I would have thought it was unsure, but
yeah, I don't know. And just watching that 24 special that was on the network and seeing the Taker and after the match, it's like, I don't want to watch him. I don't know if I want to see him wrestle.
Well, I will say this though, wrestling Bray Wyatt is going to be just a tad safer than wrestling Brock Lesnar.
Yes, yes. And hopefully there'll be Christmas trees all over the ring.
Yes.
He can just whip them into the Christmas trees and we're all
Soft landing.
Yeah.
Soft landing. All right. Rusev versus Eric Rowan. Actually, there wasn't even a match because Rusev attacks before the bell ring even starts. Never starts the match. He just destroys him. Accolade. Rowan completely knocked out. Lana hits the mic, basically says Rusev crushes all. Any thoughts on that, guys?
She said it.
Nothing to see.
Who are we to doubt Lana?
It's the same for how many months now?
Yeah. No message to Cena, just a message to America.
Well, they had the video. They played their movie clip of how Rusev is this powerful man and he will destroy Cena.
Which he is.
Which we'll see. It's weird they're wrestling at Fastlane.
I know. So what does that mean?
I mean, does he crush Cena at Fastlane? And then Cena's like, okay.
Then where does he go from there?
Cena wants a rematch at Mania. Maybe he'll put his career on the line. Something like that.
I don't know if I want to see Rusev Mania match.
You don't
mean
want Rusev on Mania?
Cena?
What?
Do you hate Russians that much?
No, it's been one note the entire time he's been there.
Oh, you don't necessarily want to see Rusev or Cena at WrestleMania. Is that what you mean, or just Rusev total?
I don't know.
But this is the old school way of like building up a monster. Like if back in the day, if you were going to take on Hulk Hogan, this is what they did with Rusev. It's nothing new. You would just beat everybody.
Yep.
Look indestructible, and then finally you take on the big hero.
And back in the day, it was a lot easier to build it over time.
Sure.
Because we had so much less television
and so many more jobbers. So many more ham and eggers.
I loved ham and eggers.
So many more Tom Stones.
Are you kidding?
So many Mulkey brothers.
Barry Horowitz.
So many Horowitzes.
Oh, man, the best. Brooklyn Brawler. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Well, Rusev clearly is going to be at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's the U.S. champion.
I think him and Cena are locked in together.
And do you think Cena's going to... Obviously, the title has to be on the line, right? So Cena could become the U.S. champion again?
Does he bring back the old spinner? The original spinner U.S. title belt?
Rap about it.
But I think... To me, it seems like he's going to go in there, maybe just get destroyed by Rusev, a la how he did with Lesnar.
Yeah.
And then come back for Mania for his big rematch.
You know what they should do?
What up?
They should get Putin in for the distraction.
Well, they back in the day, they brought the Bill Clinton impersonator.
They should totally get a Putin impersonator.
In the balcony, just doing like the old Rocky, like how they had the Gorbachev guy, just like, yes, I approve of this, thank you.
Or like in any Naked Gun movie, they always had a great impersonator.
Dude, come on. Come on. You got it. There's got to be a great Putin impersonator.
Just a shirtless Putin on a horse.
Oh, yeah.
Bring him to the ring.
Just bouncing those pecs.
Yeah. And just hope the horse doesn't have an accident.
Well, it's happened before.
It has.
It happens.
Thank you, Cathy. It sure does.
Welcome.
All right, so let's get out of the pooper. Daniel Bryan. There we go.
Man, when you know him like you do, you call him Daniel Bryan.
That Daniel, old D bro.
Dude, he's my bro. Forget it. I call him Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I'm getting so tired. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns backstage in the locker room, kind of making friends. Daniel Bryan says, look, I'll be facing you at Fastlane. I'm going to beat Seth Rollins. Rowan says, well, whatever. I'm going to WrestleMania, whether you and the world likes it or not. Mm-hmm. I got to say, and I'll probably get destroyed for this, Roman Reigns had a great evening.
He didn't say much.
Which is fine.
Which is what he should do. Mm-hmm. Strong, silent type, just a couple, we'll see about that. You know, things like just the short things. Less is so much more with that guy.
And I really liked what he said in the ring for the most part, and I love what he said to Daniel Bryan backstage. I thought it was a really strong night. It's about as strong as he could have had following whatever happened at the Rumble.
Yeah, and then when they both stood up and I think you laughed.
He does look like
That's
a beast.
where you see Vince in the back going, "What are you talking about? People want that guy over this guy." I thought when they did that shot, I was like, "Oh shit!"
How tall is Roman? 6'3"?
Whatever, 6'2".
I'll tell you what, Daniel Bryan is. I mean, honestly,
twice as tall as Daniel Bryan.
right? I mean, you might be taller than. I don't know. You might be.
It definitely looked.
I think Daniel Bryan's 5'10".
No.
Really?
5'8".
I stood next.
5'8".
I'm 6 foot, and when we interviewed him at SummerSlam, we stood next to him, and like.
Yeah,
5'10", not even close.
He's 5'8". He's 5'8". Brian's 5'8".
It says 5'10".
There's no way he's
online.
5'10". There's
People
no way.
sometimes lie about that.
Oh no, athletes always do. You're always listed taller
Well,
than you are.
especially in WWE.
No,
You
Daniel
make up
Bryan
your
is in
height, You make
the-
up your weight, like...
Sure. You think
Make up
Andre
your
was
name.
5'05"? Come on.
Yeah,
7 foot.
Big Show's been up and down.
Yeah. No.
But I thought it was a good night for Roman Reigns. Now, what's this going to lead to? We don't really know. Let's get to the main event, though, because it was ridiculous. Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins. Let's just try to get through all the parts of this match. First off, Rollins sends Daniel Bryan out of the ring. J&J always interfering. Rollins dives on top of him. Big Show hits the ring. He's just hanging out. Rollins in total control. Daniel Bryan makes a bit of a comeback. Hurricane Rana off the ropes. Goes into a Rollins roll-up. J&J hit the apron. Daniel Bryan, beautiful double kick to them. Then sends Rollins over, and they all... No, then he flying goats him.
Yeah.
They all go over the announcer's table. Thing of beauty.
Awesome, too, with the flying goat. I don't know if anybody saw this. Big Show was at the opposite end of the ring, and when Bryan hit the rope, Big Show ducked out of the way. Like, is this guy going to hit me? I love that.
That was
What a
great.
cool attention to detail.
Big Show's... I mean...
Well, hey, Big Show beat Roman Reigns, so...
He's a pro.
He's been in the
He's been there about 30,
industry for a
20
little
years.
bit.
27 niner years.
But I definitely think, like, I like those little moves.
Fantastic. And then Daniel Bryan, the backdrop off the top rope. Good God, man.
Austin's going to go, "Why are you letting him do that? That hurt's going to hurt that neck.
I know. Trust
Stay off that top rope, DB.
me. Make sure you lock in that lock real good.
You tell Cena to lock in that FT.
Get that STF a little hard,
and
a
then
little
you
snug.
stop coming off that top rope.
I was trying to get the network to work on my computer to...
Not working?
least-
Did it
no,
crash?
It wasn't working.
Our internet connection is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Make sure you lock in that real snug. You don't gotta be
Real
strong style.
tight.
Make it snug
I
style.
want to believe it.
Probably exactly how it went.
So Daniel, what's that?
It's exactly how it went.
So Daniel Bryan goes for the knee. Rollins intercepts him. Near fall. Daniel Bryan, yes lock. Rollins crawls, gets his feet on the ropes. Reigns, bad spear to the Big Show. Like, real nice.
Hats off to the Big Show for taking that. His big, oh man,
don't know
that guy's
how-
body has to just hurt, and to do that, hats off.
I don't know how, and I know people are like, oh, it's Big Show, whatever. I don't know how he does it.
Hey man, Andre at the end could barely move.
Couldn't move.
Big Show, you can
it
say what he
off.
wants. The dude can move.
Yeah, and Andre, I don't know how old he was when he passed away. He's 40 something, I believe. But Big Show's
Yeah.
in his 40s, and he is still
Still going.
doing everything.
Lets Lesnar throw him around like a sack of potatoes.
A big sack of potatoes.
Big old sack of potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Big spear outside the ring. Then a spear to J&J, which they've been fantastic. Reigns Superman punch to Rollins. Daniel Bryan, knee, win. He's going to Fastlane. Renee Young asks Triple H, what are you going to say? And he goes, whatever I want to say, I'll say on the podcast right now.
Oh yeah, they sent it right to the Austin podcast.
Yep, Michael Cole's in the ring. Daniel Bryan basically says, hey, I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm on a main event.
And you guys got me there. Again, more getting the crowd involved.
That's the thing.
Oh,
It's like,
man.
he's
He
saying
knows how to
things.
work it. That's
Man,
why.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this is the direction. But if it's not the direction, man, they are just they are teasing the fans.
That's the thing. For Daniel Bryan, what he's doing is he's adding fuel to that fire, which tells me it's got to be something major, WrestleMania, right?
At this point, I feel like they have to give the fans what they want, especially after you get those kind of trending.
Yeah, but everyone says
hashtags
they
on
did it
Twitter.
last year. Vince did it last year. That was last year. This year, we're staying the course.
I'm interested to see what Triple H has to say on
Yeah.
this podcast. I know a lot of our viewers right now are watching it.
And you just had that amazing three-way at the Rumble. So
Yeah.
they can't do another three-way. You mentioned a four-way.
And don't forget the three. What are we talking about? No, don't forget the three-way triple threat last year at WrestleMania. You know, we had Batista,
you had
Orton.
that last year.
So you can't really do.
Four-ways aren't good. It's too many guys. I mean, but if you had Bryan and Rollins, I'm sure they could direct traffic quite a bit. But with Brock,
Someone just says here, Loopy Lou 316 says on the podcast, Trips pulled out the shovel. I don't quite know what that means.
Burying people.
someone.
Sure.
The question is who.
the prices are up.
I can't wait to watch it.
He's Swiss.
What's that?
Cesaro, he's Swiss. He's European.
Yeah. Swung him around a little bit. So overall, I mean, first, Monday Night Raw since Royal Rumble, thought it was solid.
I like it. This is like, you think of the Raw that Vince went on after with the Austin podcast.
Yeah.
Terrible. It was a brutal Raw. Raw's getting better. This was better.
It's making fans think they're going to get what they want. The question is, will they?
Oof, they're playing a real dangerous game here.
Yeah, they really are.
Russian roulette.
Oof. Without Rusev.
Hanging around with Rusev too long.
That's right.
It's dangerous. Watch what you're doing, Vince.
Hey, let's put ourselves over. Marty DeRosa, go!
At Marty DeRosa on Twitter, and the podcast Wrestling with Depression.
That's right. Cathy Kelley.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley and on Instagram at Cathy Kelley.
All right, at Jay Quasto, and also you can listen to Dale Rutledge and I every single week on the Wrestling at Padre Slamcast on Nerdist at Wrestling Buds. This week, we have Alex Riley. He's going to call in and tell us all about hashtag Free Riley. What does that mean? I don't know. We're going to find out. He wants to talk to us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. See you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.